Hi, and welcome to the Angel Advisory for the week of August 3rd to August 9th. It's been an exciting weekend for me. I was able to spend some time with my daughter, and that's always joyful, and it fills my joy bucket in my heart just to be able to do that. On Sunday, the 3rd, I had checked in and asked which archangel is with us for this week, and Archangel Haniel came forward. Now, Archangel Haniel is a very gentle, poised, centered, graceful angel energy that comes forward, and that is sort of what she is providing us with this week. Is just a very poised and graceful thing. She is also associated with the moon cycles, so we are to pay attention to the moon cycles and how they affect us energetically and also in our manifestations. Now, interesting enough, on Monday the 4th, we were the halfway point between the new moon and the full moon, which will happen next Sunday on the 10th. And so we all know that coming up to, I've talked about this before, but coming up to a full moon or a new moon, the energy is on either side of it can be intense as well as when the day is itself. So because the moon dictates the tides and when they come in and they go out, and also our bodies are 98% water, it also affects our moods as well. And so if we can start paying attention to sort of things that are coming along, that is really good. The other message I got with regards to that this week is think of when you're in a desert and that the water is way beneath the surface, and that is sort of what's being drawn up out of us this week with regards to emotions and things from the past and clearing. And that as we continue doing this transition and everything, and whether we want to or not, it sort of is happening, and we are all just having to just go with it. So with that, it sort of is like everything that is old is coming to the surface and it's wanting to be examined. The thing of it is that we have to treat it like the tides. So the tide comes in and then the tide goes out. So when the emotion comes forward or the memory comes forward, and that we are just to sort of sit with it and just sort of observe it and be feeling it, but also know that that was in the past and it's not in the future, and we are not owning it, and it will recede and go back. So it's about being aware when these are coming to us and just sort of sitting with them and going, oh, okay, that was in the past, and what I gained from that, because all of our experiences from the past bring us to where we are today. We can't go back and correct anything from our past, so we are just to observe these emotions and memories that are coming forward and let them recede. So now we're going to pull a few cards here, 3 cards, and I'm using the Healing with the Angels deck from Doreen Virtue, and I'm just going to see what cards can support us this week. So the first card is Celebration. So how can you celebrate this week? And I think that we could lead up to celebrating the new moon. We had on the 1st, we had Lughnasadh, which is the midway between the summer and the fall equinox, and so that could be a celebration. We've had fantastic weather all week this week. We could celebrate our uniqueness and who we are, and know that all of our past experiences and memories have brought us to who we are today. So this week is about celebrating. She's looking up to the moon, so perhaps you want to start thinking about having a celebration next Sunday and getting that prepared this week. Freedom. Something that all of us want, and I think that when I'm talking about the emotions and the experiences coming up to the surface, and for us to not be attached to them and not take them on as a now thing, and just realize that they are in the past and just allow them to wash over us and recede back out, and that is bringing us freedom on an emotional level. So it's like we're clearing now, we're down to clearing out things that are just like junk and that from the bottom of our depths, and it's just coming up, and so this is bringing us freedom in the future. And we just really need to remember that everything is clearing, and it's a process and it's a stage. And you are your only jailer. So you get to choose whether you're going to stay stuck in those patterns or routines, or in the emotion or in the feeling of what has gone before now. So think about that clearly and know that freedom is something that we all want and we all wish to feel free. And the chance is here for you now. And we'll pull one more card. Truth and integrity. Follow your truth, follow your integrity. And it's really kind of sometimes hard when you have other people that are involved in, and the emotions and the memories that we bring up sometimes from the past have other people involved in them. It's important for us to know what our truth is in that moment. It does not matter what the other person was going through, and I think sometimes we get stuck on that, especially if we're empathic or light workers, and that we sort of think about everyone else's feelings and how they might feel and think about their truth. But we really need to focus on our truth and our integrity and live in that. So whatever stories are going on within your mind or within your life right now, hold on to your truth and don't allow other truth to just sort of sully it. Because your truth is what's in your heart and it's your integrity, and that's what you must uphold. So be very careful in words that you speak this week and in actions that you take this week, because we want to ensure that you are coming from your truth and a place of integrity, and you're not out there slandering or bringing down other people, because this is your stuff. And you know, with the full moon coming up, and that does bring up a lot of things like that, where you know, emotions are running high and sometimes we react instead of responding. So if you feel a tightness and an angst within you, take a pause for a minute and don't react right away. Sort of take some time, take a couple of breaths and try and respond. Overall, I think it's going to be a great week. The weather is supposed to continue being beautiful and warm, and some of you are experiencing forest fires, and I really do send out prayers to all of those affected by this. But enjoy summer and celebrate summer, because before we know it, we'll all be complaining it's too cold and it's winter. Have a blessed week, and we'll talk to you next week.